Good afternoon. We're back with more Star Wars Unlimited. Today will be a deck spotlight for Han Green. The deck on the right is the inspiration, but I made pretty significant changes to it in this instance because I found in testing that it wasn't doing well against Sabine. So I added in additional Sentinel cards, Homestead Militia, and Gamorrean Guards to compensate against aggro. We removed Waylay, removed Surprise Strike, removed the Liberator Gunship, Reinforcement Walker, Regional Governor, Battlefield Marine, and also added the third copy of the Two ofs if the card was something that I liked and wanted to keep. So the end result is fairly different, but I think should be better against aggro, generally. Will it hurt the control matchup any? I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll test it. Start out, as always, against an AI opponent. Playing against Sabine. This is a good way to test out new decks. If it doesn't pass the test of being able to beat AI Sabine, then it's unlikely to be a very good deck. And in testing the version of Han from as it was on the right side of the screen there, lost 2 in a row to Sabine right away. So that was all I needed to see there. We'll resource the high cost cards. Leia is debatable. I think that could easily be a Battlefield Marine because she often gets played on turn 2 or turn 1, and you don't have any units available to exhaust unless the opponent plays an ambush card on turn 1, which I'm not sure there are any. So here I'm just going to take the initiative. We'll resource the U-Wing. Early on, I'm almost always choosing the high-cost cards to resource. And we'll play a Homestead Militia, I think. Against a human opponent, I would attack first to avoid a very beneficial trade, though Sabine players usually go face, as the opponent is programmed to in this instance. Human opponent might have done that anyway. Play the Homestead Militia. It won't have Sentinel for a couple of turns. And I'll take the initiative. Opponent's just using his hero power and plays an A-Wing. I'll resource another U-Wing. And I'll play the Bright Hope to counter the Green Squadron A-Wing. I think I will return Leia to my hand here. I can use her to exhaust an enemy and save myself some damage in a future turn. I'll attack with the Homestead Militia against his Spec Force Soldier. And he Fleet Lieutenants to get 5 damage. And he used his Spec Force Soldier to remove the Sentinel from Bright Hope for the turn, which is a good play. Allows him to get some face damage in. And I'll take the initiative, and he's going to use his hero power. And play Sabine, and attack face. So we're up to 16 damage now. At this point, I'm going to start resourcing lower cost stuff. And we'll play the Gamorrean Guard here. Which has Sentinel when I control another yellow unit. And I'm going to use Han's ability in this spot to resource a card until the end of the turn, which gives the Homestead Militia Sentinel now. And so he's going to activate his energy conversion lab to deal with it with Fighters for Freedom. And then we can use Leia to exhaust Sabine and give Gamorrean Guard Sentinel. And then we're also going to put Han onto the field since we control 6 resources. Do that, and I'm going to attack with Han. Take out the Fighters for Freedom. Which gives me a temporary resource. And I'm going to attack with Bright Hope. And pass. Get rid of the resupply at this point. Resource it. Traitorous could be quite good here, but I'm going to have to destroy 2 resources because of Han's ability and then his attack. So now he's going to attack my Gamorrean guards, taking 4 damage. And I can go ahead and play Traitorous. Take control of one of his units. And he's going to attack into the Gamorrean Guard, and I think we're pretty stable here now. I don't want him attacking with that Green Squadron A-Wing. Stabilized at 20 damage on the base. You can see how Gamorrean Guards and Homestead Militia were both necessary against this Sabine deck. I think I would have just straight up lost if I didn't have them, as I did in previous testing. So we're able to deal with his stuff, get a little bit of face damage. And I'll resource maybe a Syndicate Lackey here. Kind of want to keep the Millennium Falcon to deal with space threats. And I don't want to resource Han, I don't want to resource Gamorrean Guards. What do I want to play here? It's probably going to be the Gamorrean Guards and the Millennium Falcon. Let's play the Falcon. He's going to buff that up to 5, unfortunately. Leaves Bright Hope to take out the Wing Leader. It's a good play, buffing that right away. Otherwise it would have been a very efficient trade for the Falcon. So it's got 3 HP remaining. I will just attack it with the Falcon. And he doesn't have anything else to do, so we can play an attack with the 3. Units, and then play the Gamorrean Guards. Resource the extra Han Solo. Guerrilla attack pod. So we'll play Han to counter that. And he can't do anything else for the turn. He ain't got no resources. Actually, the game's just over. So, we performed well with the assistance of the Sentinel cards. Without the Sentinel cards, I don't think the deck is good. Against Sabine, anyway. But let's move over to human opponents. So we'll be playing against Emperor Blue, so a hard control deck. Do want a mulligan. Okay, so we'll resource home 1 and echo-based defender, I'd say. And there's nothing I can do except use Han. Could use Han to play resupply, which I think I will do. We'll resource the Falcon. We'll resource Akbar. He's more of a anti-aggro card, and this is going to be a control deck. We'll resupply. Resource the U-Wing reinforcements. So he played Admiral Mahdi. And we'll destroy the resupply, as that reveals no information to my opponent. General Veers. That's not a card I expected. Play the Echo-based Defender, which would only give him the option of passing or taking a very inefficient trade. He chose the trade. And he'll be able to ready General Veers, I think. But maybe he chose not to. We'll play Greedo. And he takes the initiative. So, what do I want to resource here? Probably Homestead Militia. Mon Mothma will draw me a card and help make up for having wasted one on the resupply earlier. Okay, he buffs the General Veers up to 5. Take a shot at killing him with Greedo. When Greedo's defeated, he may be able to deal 2 damage. If it's not a unit, but unfortunately it was. Go ahead and get 4 damage on the enemy base. He passed, or he claimed initiative, so he didn't want to trade with General Veers. We can play the Falcon to take out this TIE Advanced. Or we can draw with Mon Mothma. I like the Rogue Squadron Skirmisher option. I think I will play the Falcon. Use it here. If I had taken out General Veers, I could have gotten a more efficient trade with the Falcon, which is probably what I should have done. Not sure my play was very good there. Let's resource the extra Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. Do we have any 2-drops in the discard? We have Greedo. So wait, how much damage does this unit have? He took 3 from Greedo, so he has 2 remaining. Played resupply. What do I want to do here? Echo-based Defender. Mon Mothma. Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. Let's do that. Ambush. Yes to the ambush. And then we draw Greedo. And then we've got some face damage coming. And I could play Han as well, but I think I'll hold off for now. We got 9 damage on his face. I don't know if I like the UI with big like this. It's easier to see, but then you have like damage hidden behind this, and you just have to remember it. We'll resource them on Mothma. He's gonna play Make an Opening. Probably on my skirmisher, yep. We'll get 4 more damage on his face, so he did heal for 2 with that. I don't know that I have anything else I want to play. If he already claimed the initiative, we can get some Han damage in here. And I'll play a Greedo as well, and then pass. Probably resource the other one. Spark of Rebellion could be good here. I'm gonna have to see what my resources are at. 8, okay. Let's resource the other Greedo. And destroy an Akbar. Oh, it's down there by my hand, okay. So he's going to play the Emperor here, take control of the Echo-based Defender. Wait, where did my home 1 go? Did I accidentally destroy that? I think I did. I think I clicked the wrong thing. That's terrible. Play Akbar here and damage the Emperor, I think, for 4. I'll damage the Defender. Should have just attacked that with Mon Mothma. I honestly forgot it had like 2 damage on it already. A Spark of Rebellion to see what he has in his hand. Alright, we'll get rid of the Vanquish. He's going to attack with the Emperor. Take out his own unit to draw a card. Probably deal 1 damage to Greedo. Yep, there goes Greedo. Discard a card with Greedo, and it does deal 2 damage. Wait, no it doesn't. Alright, so we'll attack the Emperor. Han. And we'll play Bright Hope and return the Mon Mothma because I want to draw a card. Claim initiative. So he's got just a bunch of small units there. I think I'm going to have to not use dynamic scaling so I can see the damage. Not going to resource anything here. Should have probably taken Akbar back into hand. Let's go Traitorous though on the General Veers. He's going to play Attack Pattern Delta. Just going to give attack bonuses to his guys for the phase. What do I want to do here? Millennium Falcon. Let's get some face damage with... Oh, that's a Sentinel card I didn't realize. I've never seen that card played before, actually. Gonna put 8 on the face. Play the Falcon. 4 on the face, so we got 2 on the face with Bright Hope. 3 on the face with Falcon. And pass. We'll pay 1 to keep the Falcon running. Exhaust a resource. And we'll resource the resupply. He's going to play Overwhelming Barrage. Okay. Let's take a look at his hand with Spark of Rebellion. It's a Reinforcement Walker. That was a good card to take out. That worked out very well. Get out Syndicate Lackey. Use that ambush on the Cloud City Guard. We can get some face damage in. And pass. So we'll see what he ends up drawing. Don't want to resource anything. He's got a Power of the Dark Side. Obviously the Akbar is the least valuable. And I will use Han to deal with the Emperor. And he's got a probe droid, so he's in pretty rough shape now. Actually, he's just dead. Oh, my bad if I was slow rolling there. Alright, well that went pretty well. Next up, looks like we got another Han Green player. In between games, I decided to add a 3rd copy of Traitorous. I really liked that card. And I dropped 1 copy of Syndicate Lackeys. Well, the Han Green player didn't want to play a mirror match. So play against Tarkin Red. And do I want this hand? The hand looks fine. And we'll resource the U-Wing and we'll resource the Traitorous, I think. Maybe the duplicate Mon Mothma. Here we go. Tarkin's usually a very unit-focused deck. Tarkin Red I would expect to be a swarm deck, but I don't know the deck. Play Mon Mothma, and we'll draw the Leia. Plays a Seasoned Shore Trooper, and I'll claim the initiative. And we'll resource the Han here. Go ahead and play Resupply. Plays General Veers. I think I'm going to claim the initiative here so that I can Traitorous immediately. Oh, I could have attacked because he was obviously going to trade there, so I missed 1 damage. We'll resource the extra Leia. And we'll Traitorous the General Veers. So do I want to use Han here? I could use Han's ability to get up to 6 and then put him into play. I think I'm going to do that. We'll get a resource out of probably the Mon Mothma. And we can deploy Han. Use him on the cell block guard. Use General Veers on the Shore Trooper. And do I want to play Leia here? No, I think I'll save her for when I need to exhaust something of my opponent's. And then, do we want to resource something? Yes, definitely. Actually, might end up resourcing the Leia. It's either that or the Echo-based Defender. I think it's the Leia. And then we're destroying our resources as well. Destroy the resupply. Destroy the Mon Mothma. So we're back down to 6. Can play Echo-based Defender and Millennium Falcon. Millennium Falcon's not very good against Carillion Freighter. Let's go up to 7 with Han Solo, so that I can use my Han Solo if I need to. Which I do need to. Go Han Solo. Ambush. And then use General Veers. Finish him off. Home 1, it's a good draw. Resource the Echo-based Defender, I think. Destroy. Okay, so his Ruthless Raider. That means I can't play Han this round. Or I can't play Home 1 this round. Let's go ahead and play the Gamorrean Guards, I think. We can get 6 face damage in. I can't use Han's ability the same turn he comes back. I didn't actually know that. Gamorrean Guards. And I think that's all. Resource Admiral Akbar. So he's got a Carillion Freighter, a Ruthless Raider. Get out Home 1. And we can bring back Leia to exhaust the Ruthless Raider. He's going hard for space. But each of our guys has Restore 1 now, thanks to Home 1, so we got some back. Resource the Greedo. We'll have Bright Hope, which could bring Leia back and exhaust something. Use Home 1. That has Restore 2. Okay, he sacrificed the Ruthless Raider. We'll get the Falcon into play now, I think. Let's attack with Leia, and then we'll probably Bright Hope her back into hand. Okay, it's a solid play. Play the Millennium Falcon now. And we'll bring the Falcon back into hand. Do I want to resource anything? I don't think so. Overwhelming barrage. Solid. We can take out Vader, of course. And we'll go ahead and ambush with the Syndicate Lackey on General Veers. It's very efficient. Let's go ahead and use the Falcon. Do I want to pay one to keep the Falcon running? Yeah, sure. And we can resource the resupply. It doesn't do a lot of good. Okay. Traitorous on the Stormtrooper. Seventh Sister. Okay. So we'll go Bright Hope. Go Stormtrooper. And return the lackeys to hand and draw a card, which we got home one. And pass. Do I want to resource anything here? I don't think so. Suppose I could resource Bright Hope. Oh wow, that's so risky. Oh okay, actually no it's not. Because he can deal that combat damage. U-Wing reinforcement or home one? I think home one. Home one. Play the Leia, exhaust the Interceptor. Could potentially just play the Falcon actually and win this round. Yeah, let's do that. If he can't deal with Bright Hope or the Falcon. Can't. Oh, he was able to heal 1 damage. Okay, good for him. I actually should have just claimed the initiative there, I think, but oh well, it should be fine. Okay, all good. I mean, so far so good with this deck. Looks like the next opponent will be Vader Green. Not really playing against any aggro decks lately. No 2-drop here, except for Spark of Rebellion. We're going to go ahead and mulligan. And still no 2-drop, but probably make 2. We could use Han to get something out early. Vader Green is likely to be more control oriented. Do I want to do anything here or not? I think not. We'll just claim the initiative. Gets out a Stormtrooper, which we can deal with Akbar. And we'll resource the extra Bright Hope. Akbar deals with that very efficiently. And then a super laser tech. And we'll claim the initiative. I could use Traitorous on it if I want. If I am willing to use Han. But if I used Han to ramp up to 5 resources, he could just attack Akbar and then I wouldn't be able to Traitorous. So I could Bright Hope and draw Admiral Akbar back to hand. Or I could just Homestead Militia. Alright, they'll go face for 1. Claim the initiative. Now we can Traitorous that Technician. It's probably going to damage something with Vader. No? Alright, we'll resource the extra Akbar. And we'll go ahead and Traitorous the Death Star tech. See what he does here. He Traitorous's it back. That's pretty funny. I like it. So we just traded Traitorouses. Gonna bring Vader into the field. Attack base. Okay. I do actually want Leia here to exhaust the Vader. I have initiative, so I'll resource probably the Echo Base Defender. Maybe Akbar. We're up to 6, so we got Sentinel. Alright, we'll exhaust the Vader. Could play Bright Hope here and bounce Leia back to hand if I want. Can bring Han into play. Gonna open fire. Okay, no problem. It's Bright Hope, bounce the Leia and draw a card. He's gonna play cell block card. We'll bring Han into play. He'll probably claim the initiative here. So we got the Han Solo. Probably resource Echo-based Defender. And we've got to destroy something. Gonna play Relentless, so no events. My deck uses almost no events, so that isn't really going to matter. I can use Leia here again to disable his Vader. And then I could play, or I could just use Han. Han and then Han, I think I like better to deal with the Vader. So he's going to attack phase, do 2 to Bright Hope. And then we'll deal with the Vader for free. Since Han doesn't take damage when he attacks first, if he defeats, or he deals his combat damage before the defender, so as long as he defeats it, he doesn't take damage. Green has that one big removal card, its name escapes me right now, but if he doesn't have that to use with Relentless, he's going to be in some trouble here. He's probably running Devastator as well. So we got home 1. He's playing Open Fire to deal with the Bright Hope. And so we'll just use the Leia to exhaust his Relentless. Consortium. So we'll go Falcon. He claimed the initiative. So we'll take out that Starfighter. We'll go Homestead Militia. Deal 6 damage to the face. Pass. Don't keep the Falcon running, it would just die to Vader. Bring it back to hand. We'll resource resupply. If Leia dies, we can bring her back with Home 1. We're catching up to the opponent in resources now. He has to draw cards to replenish his hand. There's a reinforcement walker. What do I want to do here? Home 1. Six damage to the face with Han. Let's just attack the walker with the Homestead Militia, and then we can take it out with Han. Play Home 1. And we can bring back Bright Hope. But I'm not going to bounce anything, because I want Leia to attack the face and get the healing. Home 1 gives everything Restore 1. The Relentless really has almost no effect on this particular deck because it's so unit heavy. How much damage do we have? 13, 15, 18. I have enough for lethal if he doesn't kill stuff. Overwhelming Barrage, that'll probably kill Home 1. Let's see. If he wants to be greedy, he could go for Bright Hope. Okay. So we'll go for the command center, get the healing. Here goes Bright Hope. And we'll play Falcon. We'll play Han. Wait, what? That seems like a bug. I don't know why I clicked ambush. There's nothing to ambush. And it's not a ready. Do I want to pay to keep the Falcon running? Yeah, sure. So he has to take out Home 1 here. Choose a card to resource. Sure. Super Laser Blast. Oh, wasn't expecting that. It's off spec. Because he doesn't have any blue, so he had to pay 10 resources for that. No ambush. Bring Leia back to hand. Interesting. Vader green with super laser blast. He really needs Devastator. I'll keep my hand in this spot. Okay, he just conceded. I guess he didn't have any way to stop my damage. It's going very well with his Han deck. Next up we got Chirrut and Wee. This hand looks fine. Mulligan Traders, Bright Hope. Play Mon Mothma. Draw Leia. All he did was claim initiative. And we'll resource the extra Leia. Play Akbar and deal 2 damage. On Mothma for 1 and pass. Spark of Rebellion is a very good card. Baze Malbus. Okay. You can go ahead and bounce the Akbar back and draw a resupply. Oh, okay, he did that trade with Yoda. Fine with that. Choose a card to resource. I think it should probably be Akbar. I'm going to play Syndicate Lackeys here. Ambush. It's a very good ambush in this spot. Chirrut and Wee. We'll attack with Bright Hope for 2, which costs, probably going to cost, oh no, he has more stuff to do, so I have to discard something, probably resupply. Oh, whoops, I forgot. I should have discarded Leia, because I forgot I can do damage. I forgot Chirrut and Wee is a Force user. It's got a Jedi lightsaber. What do I want to resource here? Probably the Defender. And then we're going to use Leia in this spot to exhaust Chirrut. Kanan. Play Camarine Guards. Attack with Bright Hope. Bring Han into play. And I think we'll attack with Han. Okay. This is an interesting deck. I've never seen a Chirrut MWE deck before. I don't know what to expect. He played Force Throw. Okay. It's very likely he's playing Forced Surrender. This is seems like a variant of the Chewbacca deck that I played in the last video. Use Han to take out Kanan before he can attack. Okay, so he's got 6 left. Can go face. Take that out. And pass. Probably resource the Greedo. Destroy Leia. Okay, he kills my Han. I'm just going to use my Han to take out his Chirrut. Unless he can heal it. And then we're going to Spark of Rebellion to make sure he can't. Get rid of it, binds all things, so he can't heal his Chirrut MWE. I can U-Wing. So we can get up to 3 units that cost 7 or less. Gamorrean Guards and Mon Mothma so we can draw. So we dealt with the Chirrut. Really interesting deck he's playing. I like it in concept. I would actually like to see a list, or I might take a look at this video afterwards. Luke Skywalker, sure. Play home 1. And we can bring in a unit which will cost 3 less. What unit do we want? Could do a Homestead Militia. Restored Arc. 4 damage to the face. He's kind of low on cards. This deck really wears you out with its like Rogue Squadron Skirmishers, Mon Mothma, Home 1. It's always bringing stuff back in. I know he has another Luke in hand. So I want a Spark of Rebellion before I take out his Luke. Force is with me, or the other Luke. I think the Force is with me would be devastating if I don't deal with that. And so we can go home 1. He's going to destroy his Luke. To deal with my home 1. We could just deal with the Luke with the Gamorrean Guards and Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. And we'll grab a Leia or a Mon Mothma. Ambush the Luke. So he's got no cards left in hand. We've got 6. Falcon. But I don't have any high value cards. They're all low, but I can use Falcon to take that out pretty efficiently. Okay. Guard. Defender. Pass. Got a home one. No resourcing. Redemption. I'm sure that will heal his base. Let's get the home one into play. And we can play a card that costs 3 or less. That's going to be the Millennium Falcon. Okay. Doesn't want me healing. Play Mon Mothma. Draw. No resourcing. Obi-Wan. We'll use Han to deal with that. Oh, he wants to go face. Okay. Let's go Akbar. I mean, we're not going to put home one in until we get the healing. Because home one gives every unit restore 1. Okay. I really liked his deck. But it just got overwhelmed in the end by the constant barrage of me bringing stuff back. So, this deck worked extremely well. And I know I paused in between games, but there were no losses. No losses there. I've not lost with this deck yet. So let's take another look at it. I do like the changes that I made a lot because, as I mentioned, with the other version, seen on the right here, I lost twice in a row to AI playing Sabine the first 2 games I played with it. And so then I went back to the drawing board and put in the Homestead Militia and the Gamorrean Guards, which I think were good additions that help smooth out the early game. This is probably the best deck I've played so far. That or Vader Blue. But anyway, that's all for now, and thank you for watching.